We'll be creating an image in AWS, right? To create this image, we need to pass certain details about what are the things which you need to pass. We need to pass something like what is the source image, some details about your credentials, right? And for creating the image, we need to take the current machine, right? We need to create a machine, right? We need to give some details about the machine. What is the machine's type, right? And in AWS, there are many regions, right? We have many data centers across the world. So we need to tell in which region do you want to do this. Okay. So these are not the complete details, but this is approximately what you give, right? So first we will do this and then we will add provisioning, right? We'll do it in two steps. First we'll just take a create image. We will not do anything. We'll take a source image and we'll create a destination image out of it, right? Which is equivalent to whatever source is. And then what we'll do is we'll write some provisioning. Fine. Okay. So source image, there is nothing called a source instance. Source instance, Packer will create it for you. All right. Okay. So the current region which we are in is Oregon, right? And every region will have a code. You can find out the code from here itself. This region's code is US West 2. For example, if you select Mumbai over here, the region code is AP-South-1. But this is one way of finding it out. Or the other way is just ask Google about it, right? AWS region code. Okay. Okay. So just see what region you are in and then take a basic code of that. We need that code. All right. Okay. That is the first thing. And then we need to create a Packer file, which is a JSON. And after yesterday's class, I think we should be able to write JSON now. All right. So what I'll do is I'll get into my DevOps folder. I'll create a new folder called as Packer. And in this Packer, I'll write new. Okay. So here I'll be creating a JSON file. So let me open my Visual Studio Code over here. I'll be creating a file over here, which I call it as hello.json. You can write it as hello.packer also, but I would recommend using .json format because editors can help you. If you write .packer, you might not get much of help, right? Yeah. The first thing which we have looked at is we have to write something called as builders, and builders is an array. This is the only thing which we'll be doing at the first cut. We'll be taking Amazon's builder and we'll be filling in the values, right? Okay. So to build this, basically, let me do this. To build, we might need to write, what are the things which we need to write? We need to write about source image, region in which you want to build, and machine type which we will use to really do this image building process. And probably you would be, another important thing is you need to tell about your credentials. Let us start from bottom up. I want to speak about credentials, right? Okay. So now let me go to the Packer site. Okay. And in the Packer site, I'll be going to a builder which is very much specific to Amazon. Builders, Amazon, and EBS volume. Right? This is a type. And now in here, in this builder, there are many different things. Each individual thing is a key. You have a key called as access key, instance type, region, secret key, and source AMI. Right? Remember, we have to tell what a source image is. That is what the source AMI is. And secret key and access key is all about your credentials. Secret key and access key in Amazon are you are telling to Packer who you are, right? So for that there is a AWS way of doing the things. So we'll pass that. And the next things is instance type, we have discussed about it, and the region which we have discussed about it, right? If you want to do any additional stuff, these are all optional fields, right? So we'll go with this basic stuff itself. We'll go with this basic stuff itself, right? So let me jump on to some example. If you scroll down, you would see some example. Not here. Okay. In builder, the first thing which you need to tell is what is the type of the builder which you are using. So this is essential for us. This is essential for us. So let me remove. Shall I remove all of this? I don't want this comments lying down over here. So I'm going to build an image where type of the image is Amazon EBS volume, and then I need to tell the region, and my region is US West, right? And then I need to tell about a source AMI. I need to tell about source AMI. How will I tell about source image ID? So let me go back to the AWS, click on EC2, and then say, let us assume that I want to create a AWS image which is some Ubuntu version, Let me click on launch instance. Are you seeing images? Yes. And are there any IDs after that? Yes. Remember, these IDs change from region to region. So for example, the AMI ID of the Ubuntu machine in US West 2 will not be the same as Ubuntu machine's AMI ID in the other region. So you have to always search for this. All right. So let me scroll down. It's okay. We'll take this. Anything is fine. I've taken Ubuntu 14.04. Okay. So my source AMI is this. And then I have two important properties, which is secret key and access key. How do I get that? How do I get that? So for generating secret key and access key, you need to create a user. You need to create a user in your Amazon account. Let us see how do I create that user. So I'll be canceling and exiting over here. Services. Go to the services called as IAM. Go to the service called as IAM. Right? IAM is identity and access management. Here you can create users, groups, and all of that. Okay. So I'll go to the user section, and I'll be creating a user whom I will call as Packer. Right? And then he's asking, do you want programmatic access or do you want a console access? Console access is a website access. We are not really looking out for a website access. I'm looking out for a programmatic access. Next. So then this user should be able to do what? This user should be able to do what? So for that, you can attach the policies directly. Okay. And I will be executing, selecting the administrator access. Remember, Packer will never be given an administrator access. Okay. There are many other policies like EC2 administrator or EC2 read only. You will be given exact permissions. But for since now this is the first time which we are creating any user is fine. So you should have a user, and we have given him the administrator access, right? I'll tell you some of the precautions after which you need to do after this. Create the user. The moment you create this user, you will get the access key and secret key. Are you seeing that? Yes. So I'll copy this access key, right? Yeah. And then what is the other thing? Secret key. Okay. And what is my secret key? Just click on show over here. Copy this. Paste it over. Okay. Fine. So shall we execute our first packer command? Let us see what happens with this. Okay. We have not done a very fancy stuff. We have just written saying that this is what I want. Okay. I want you to create a image using this builder. Using this builder. Now let me go over here. Okay. And let me open PowerShell as an administrator mode so that I'll not get any port opening or this kind of conflicts. All right. So let us see what are the packer commands that are available. Right. Packer --. Okay. You have build, you have fix, you have inspect, you have validate, and you have version. So first let us basically do packer validate, right? And what is the file which you have written? Hello.json. Let us see what it says. Okay, then it says you have to specify SSH username which you have not done. You have to specify an SSH username which you have not done. So is it simple now? Let us add this SSH username. Let me go back to that example. All right. They have given the SSH username, and by the way, we have created the machine which is Ubuntu. So the username is Ubuntu itself. So I'll go to my file over here, and then I would say that SSH username, and the name of this user is Ubuntu. Let me execute the same command again. Packer validate. So he is trying to tell that template validation failed. An instance type must be specified. We have not set the instance type, right? Okay. So let me go over here. Instance type. Go back to this and say that I am interested in creating an instance which is T2 micro. Simple, right? Now let us see what it has to say. Which means that basically we might not have any issues with respect to basic syntax. Whenever you are seeing with this is the most easiest way, because sometimes we tend to forget. But if you do packer build, it might be something else. But packer validate is the easier way. Execute this command once you have your JSON, right? And now, what are the other commands which you have looked at? Packer --help. So we have looked into validate. So shall we look at inspect? Right? Packer inspect. He's telling that you don't have any variables. You don't have any provisioners. The only thing which you have is Amazon EBS. This will not do anything more than that, right? And then fix. Fix is not required. Fix is required whenever you are moving from the older versions of Packer to the newer version of Packer that you might not use. So let us assume that you have written a Packer file approximately a year ago, and there were some versions that have changed, and now you want to move to the new version. That's the point where you use that. So that is not required. And the last and the most important thing is build. So what I'll do is Packer build, and I would see what are the command lines which I need to pass to this. He's trying to tell that in Packer build you have options, and then you have to give a template. The JSON file which we have written is a template, right? So Packer build, you can give color options, you can give debug options, you can give except and all of that. I'm not reading every command and argument, but I will go through a very important kind of a stuff where I would say Packer build, okay, and then hyphen debug, and then the file which I want to create is hello.js. Okay, what debug does is it does step after step, and at every step it will stop, and you have to click on enter button. Whenever you are doing any Packer operation for the first time in your life, I would expect you to do the debug, because you will understand what are the steps which Packer is doing. Whenever you use hyphen debug, it will stop at every point. At every logical point, it will stop. Let us see. Are you seeing? It has said that, okay, Amazon EBS volume pausing after the run of step source AMI. Just click on enter. It has said that it has created a temporary key value pair. Temporary key value pair for Packer to log in inside that machine. Right? Click on enter. Created a temporary security group. At every possible step, it will try to wait, and it is trying to tell that I have launched. This is a machine which I am waiting for it to be ready. Let us see if the same thing is happening in the AWS or not. So let me go to the services, EC2. I'll open that in a new tab. So this is the machine which is being launched by Packer, right? Packer has logged in into your Amazon account using the secret key and access key, and it is trying to create a machine. If you see this machine is T2 Micro. That is what we have said, right? And the AMI, this machine would be a Amazon AMI or Ubuntu AMI, whatever AMI which you have passed, right? Now it's telling that, okay, I got the public IP and private IP address of this machine, okay? Then I'm tagging EBS volumes. I get password. I am trying to connect through SSH. I don't have any provisioning, so that's why it is not really getting into basically do. And then it is just stopping the machine. Once the machine is stopped, it will create the image, and once the image is created, it will give you the image ID. As simple as that. Okay, so now if you see the status of this machine, it will be trying to stop, and once the machine is stopped, what Packer does is create image, create the image of this machine, because you have not done any provisioning. All right, so once this machine is stopped, then it will take the image out of it, and that image you will be seeing in images AMIs over here. Right, once this is done, but we have not yet done it. Okay, state is stopped. Okay, there will be many steps. Whatever it has created, it is started deleting. It has created a temporary key value pair. It is deleting that, right? And then it says that basically this is what I have done. EBS volumes were created, right? Okay, let us see. Oh, are we seeing anything over here? No. Volumes? No. Snapshots? No, we don't know what it has done, because we have not written the complete stuff. We have to tell it to it. Basically, we have just said very basic details. It has logged in, it has done its job, and it has come out, right? So don't worry about what is the outcome of it, but if you see the steps of it, whatever we used to do manually, Packer is doing it for us. If you basically pass the right set of steps, it will do the same stuff for us. Now, since we have a basic idea of what this is, I'll be taking you to some of the script which is already working. You just look into that and you just tell whether what is that is being done over there. Okay. So Packer zone, this is fine. Okay, look at just this stuff. We have used the wrong type, that's fine. But if you see over here, they have used the other type, whatever it is. But the whole point is we are not going to do anything more than this. We should have to choose the right builder, and once we choose the right builder, and if we understand what that builder does, we get everything. We get everything. Am I clear with this? Yes. Tomorrow, if you want to create a image in Azure cloud, same thing. We'll be doing one Azure image creation also, by the way, right? But you have to choose the right builder, and to the builder you have to pass the stuff. So now, shall I basically change this now? Yes. Let me go to the other builder, which is actually the valid one. Whenever you are using a builder, don't just use the builder. Just go through what is it meant for. This builder is not about creating the image. It is about creating something called as EBS volume. Right? So for the people who are not from AWS, you might not know what this is. This is a hard disk. This is a hard disk. But what we want, what is that we are looking out for? Let us look at for it. So what is it? It is written as, it is an, is it what we are looking out for? Yes. Scroll down, and if you are seeing over here, you have to tell what is an access key. You have to tell AMI name. AMI name is the name of your image, right? And then the same thing, exactly the same thing. So now let me make those two changes. Source type is Amazon EBS. You can look at an example where you will get a whole idea about it. Not this. Come now. Okay. And then I need to add one more property to this file, which is AMI underscore. That's it, right? Then I would say that image from Packer. Simple. Image from Packer. So shall we do this now? What are the steps now? First thing is always execute Packer validate, because we might have missed some things, right? It will tell you, yeah, everything has gone correctly. And then inspect will tell you what you are doing. We don't need inspect now. We have written only one section, and we know that it is going to create a Amazon AMI, right? And then Packer build. I would recommend you using debug. In the classroom now, I am not using debug because it takes more time. It takes more time because I have to interactively press enter button, right? So I do hello.json. But while you are doing Packer, please have -debug so that you will understand every step what he's trying to do. So now what Packer is doing is, it is trying to create a machine, right? Based out of the image, whatever you have said, it will log in into that machine. It will try to see what are the provisioning steps, but as of now, we have not written any provisioning, so it will not do anything, right? And it will basically create an AMI. In the earlier case, it has not done it because we have not done the AMI creation, we have done the volume creation kind of an aspect. Yeah. Simple? Yes. So if you know what are the details which you need to pass to the basic builder, in Azure also it is the same thing. But remember, for every cloud, the way you create the user might be different. The way you create the user might be different. For example, if you go to Azure now, the way I create the user is different, because there I need to manage it at some other level, right? Credentials, how do I pass credentials? They are different, because all the clouds will not go with the secret key and access key approach. All the clouds will not go with this secret key and access key approach. So it depends from cloud provider to cloud provider. How do you pass the basic details? Rest of the steps, there will not be any change. Once you create the Azure instance also, and if you want to install Tomcat, you will be using the same provisioning script. Let it be Amazon or let it be Azure, your provisioning scripts don't change, right? So it is trying to tell that I'm going to create a AMI which is called as this for you, and let us see if it is doing the same. I'll go into my images. Are you seeing something as pending? Yes, and the name which I have given is image from Packer. If you see, it is the same name what is mentioned over here. So this is what is happening in the background. Same thing will happen on any cloud or any virtual machine setup. Things are heavily simplified, right? Okay. Now let me tell you what is the danger with this script. What is the danger with this script? So secret key and access key, is it directly written in the script? Yes. Okay. If I give it to you, whenever you create a Packer, where is the image being created? In my account or in your account? In my account, because I have hard coded the credentials over there, right? And always remember, please don't commit secret key and access key into GitHub. By mistakenly, during the Packer classes itself, I have done it once. And the next month's AWS bill which we got was 7 lakhs. Right? Yeah, that's a different story where Amazon has reverted all of that bill, because when some hacker gets hold of this secret key and access key, he can log in into your account and he can do crazy things. So please never ever commit your secret key and access key into your GitHub. Am I clear? This is especially for the people who have learned how to do it in Git, right? So it is not a good practice. So then how do I stop myself from basically things not happening over here? So go to the IAM, okay? Close this. You will get a user. We have created a user called as Packer, right? Yeah. Once you have finished your work daily, either make it inactive or delete it. Once you make it as inactive, when the user tries to use the same secret key and access key and log in into your Amazon account, Amazon will not allow it, because basically it is inactive. Or delete it and tomorrow morning just create a new access key and secret key. That is always a better approach. Deleting the older secret keys, right? That is the first thing. And the next important thing which we need to worry about is, in Packer file, you should never be writing sensitive information. You should never be writing sensitive information. Rather, you should be calling. Now, how do I call that? Okay. The AMI is created, but in the meantime, since we have started this discussion, Packer build --help. Are you seeing anything called as -var? Are you seeing anything called as -var? We'll use that section to pass the values. Into our Packer file. That is a better way always. Am I clear with that? So your Packer file should not constitute credential information at least. Other information is still fine. But credential information, don't ever directly write it in Packer. Today we are doing it for the first time, all good. But whenever you go into the enterprise, whenever you write professional Packer templates, no, not at all sensitive, not at all suggested. Now, let me go into the AMI. Are we seeing this image from Packer? And now whenever I want to create this machine, I can just select and say launch, right? But this image is a nonsense image. We have not done anything. We have just taken the Ubuntu image and then we have created an image out of it. It will consist of the same contents what Ubuntu 14 is having. So let us make some changes to it. Okay. So before I make changes, I want to delete this image because this image has no meaning at all. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. So let us do something, because just taking a source image and building an image out of it doesn't make much sense, right? So shall we do something to this? And whenever I want to do something, right, I will do something called as provisioning. Yes. Okay. So till this moment, what are the doubts which you have? what is AMI here? AMI is Amazon image, right? Okay. What is instance? Instance is machine. Instance is a server. Instance type is server configuration. T2 micro is a server with 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU processor, 1 CPU. That's it, right? Each Packer can be used as Azure build. It can be used for anything as long as there is a builder. So how was I able to create a AMI? Because there was a builder there. Yavuna kada? So to create anything in Packer, the only thing which you need to search for is, do you have a builder or not? If there is a builder, you'll be able to do it. If there is no builder, you'll not be able to do it. That's the whole stuff how it works. AMI versus snapshot versus EBS volume. Not interested in this classroom. That is Amazon syllabus, right? So I don't want to get into Amazon terminology over here, right? But it is image versus backup versus hard disk, to simplify. Image versus backup versus hard disk, right? Okay. Fine. There are still more questions. How to add Packer new AMI in auto scaling launch? Oh, let me just clarify this. While you are doing auto scaling, what is that you would do? You would give an image ID. We have created a Packer image. Did that image got an ID? Yes. Use the same thing. All right. What is the next thing? Shall we use multiple builders? Can we use multiple builders in the same file? Absolutely, you can, but it is not a right practice. I can write a same file to build images in AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud at one shot. But do you think it would be reasonable enough? It will become unmaintainable. Rather, I would write it 3 different files. That's why I'll go builder after build. But you can use multiple builders in the same file. That's why we have an array there. That's the whole reason for having an array. Yeah. Is it possible to take images on a scheduled basis? Is it possible for you to create a schedule to call some command? Every 5 minutes you have to call some command. Is it possible? If it is possible, whatever you are asking is also possible, because for that 5 minutes call the same command. ప్రతి 5 నిమిషాలకు ఒకసారి packer build hello.json call చేయండి. Then you will get the new image built on schedule. That's the whole point. So how do you create a schedule is an external tool. From the schedule tool you can call this. For example, for the people who know how to write a cron job, from the cron job you can basically call this. For the people who are from Windows background, go and create a Windows schedule, right? For the people who are from CI background, go and create a Jenkins job. All the 3 do the same thing. They call something on schedule, do the same thing, right? Can we create AMI from existing instances? That is what we have done, right, in the last classroom. So last class, were you busy? What is the difference between previous and current Packer file? Text difference. I have said, right, please follow the classroom. I said that builder type is different. In the earlier case, what was my builder type? Amazon EBS volume. And what was written over there? It is used to create volumes. What is that we wanted? We wanted an image. So for that I have to basically go and select a type which creates an image for me. That is Amazon EBS. Okay. Fine. I am having AMI with my custom software. I want to take the image of that via Packer. If you already have an image, why do you want to take it via Packer? మీ దగ్గర ఆల్రెడీ ఇమేజ్ ఉందండి, right? It is not that image is important. It is image building steps are important in Packer, right? Fine. Okay then. Let me basically go to the next topic. Any other points in the room? Okay. So in this, shall we install some couple of softwares? Yes, very simple ones, right? So whenever I want to do anything, after I have built it something, is provisioning. So after this builder step, I'm going to write something called as provisioners. Simple, right? And now, how do you want to provision? What is that you want to call, right? Just like builder we have types, for provisioners also there are many ways to do provisionings. There are many ways to do provisionings. So the basic ways of doing provisioning are, if you are on a Linux machine, use a shell provisioning. If you are on a Windows machine, use a PowerShell or a batch kind of a provision, right? Or if you are good at configuration management tools already, for example, you know how to do Ansible, you know how to do Chef, right? Then you can use those provisions. But in this classroom, I'll not make an assumption that you know Ansible or you know Chef. I know many people here know that. If you know, just whatever I'm trying to tell is not a very difficult thing. So I'm trying to install Git and tree. Write an Ansible playbook or a Chef cookbook for that and call from here. That's the whole point, right? So let me go to the provisioning section. Provisioning section over here. Okay, where is provisioners? And in provisioners, what is it I want to look interested in? I'm interested in shell. So if you are seeing over here, if you want to build Windows images, go with PowerShell and Windows provisioning. This is for absolutely for Linux, right? And now he's trying to tell that type, it will be shell. And whatever you want to write, you write it inline. Okay, shall I do this? I'll blindly copy this. Okay, I'll put it over here. I'll not echo foo, but rather I'll just do sudo apt-get update, and my next command would be sudo apt-get install get tree or whatever software set of software which you want, and minus. Okay, those Linux command basically updates the Linux version, and then they will install a very basic software, right? Okay, so shall we try this now? Okay, so again the same steps. Packer validate, right? Hello dot JSON. It says everything is correct. This time let us also inspect. Packer inspect hello dot JSON. He's trying to tell that now you have builder as well as a provisioner, and the provisioner which you are using is shell provision, right? Okay. Now the only thing that is left is build. So Packer build. I'll not be doing debug, but I would recommend you guys to do debug, right? For this whole practice which you are going to do on Packer today, don't forget -debug. Just see the sequence of steps. First it creates a EC2 machine, then it will wait for the machine to be ready, then it will log in inside that machine, right? Then it should execute whatever provisioning script which you have done, right? It will come out, it will create an image, as simple as that. If you know what steps your software wants, is it difficult to create an image now? So for example, your dev team has said that you have to execute these 11 Linux commands to install our product. Just use the same thing. Your provisioning will have 11 kind of steps for that, right? So if you want to become a better DevOps engineer, you might not use shell, you might use some other stuff, right? But the whole point is whether you write shell, right? Whether you write Ansible or whether you write Chef, if you want to build an image from Packer, you can call anything. From Packer, you can call anything. All right. There was an error. It's okay. What is an error? Failed for successful resource state. It's okay. Let me go with instances. Let us try it again. What is the instant state? Ah, so there's something gone wrong. It should not shut down that this much immediately. Something going wrong. Let me do one thing. Let me change the image ID. Not sure. Uh, Launch instance. 1 to 60. Are we changing just the image ID? Because this one. Yes. Okay. Let it fail. I'm okay with that. Where is source AMI? Yes. Did it came out? I'll not want to make the change until and unless it bails out. Right. Come on, finish it. Okay. So if it is not terminating, I'll just do Control C, but in 2 minutes. Any plugin we have Packer and text editor, you are not you just copy paste man. Even I'm doing the same thing, right? I'm not using any plugin. Just use Visual Studio Code. You just need a basic help on JSON. You really don't write too much of fancy content over here. You copy keys and then you will write values. So I don't think so. There is a need for extension. That's why no one has written it. If there was really a need for extension, someone would have definitely done it. Okay. Okay. How do we create a AMI without giving access key and secret key, as it might be a hack? There is no way. How can you enter into your my house without having lock and key? You can break my house, but there are all sorts of security measures taken. Then that's it. So secret key and access key is your login into your Amazon account. There is no way for you to basically bypass that. No other way. Yeah. Okay. Let me do one thing. Packer validate hello.json. Right. I've just changed the folder. Yeah. I'll tell you why I've changed the folder. Let me just open this folder. So we have just a JSON file. Right. Okay. Packer build hyphen help. Okay. Now there are basically many different things which you see over here. Okay. So if the build is failed, by default, Packer tries to clean up. Packer tries to clean up. If you want, you can change it to abort or ask. Whenever Packer build is failing, I don't want to basically clean up. I want Packer to ask me a question whether I want to abort or clean up. You can do ask. Abort is it will just stop there, right? The things will be basically staying along there. So it doesn't make any sense for you to basically change it over here. All right. Okay. Now let me execute the same stuff. Packer execute or build hello.json. If this time also it is failing, there is something seriously wrong. How to use var option for Packer? Let us wait. I'll be covering var option and var file option also. But for us, let the first image be success. Yeah, is sudo apt-get running? And let us look at that folder. Okay, so basically what Packer might have is Packer might have some temporary storage elements which might have been causing this trouble. So that's why I've changed the folder name. All right, it could not find something called as tree, whatever it is. But is it executing the stuff which we have asked it to? Is apt-get trying to be executed? Right? Yeah. If the commands are wrong, they will stop. All right, whatever it is. But we have written some script, and is it getting called? Yes. Okay. Now the other thing which we need to worry about is I have written this file for myself. I have written this file for myself. It is okay. Whenever you are working in a company, you will write for a team. Whenever you are working for a company, you will write for a team, and anyone in your team might execute this. Anyone in your team might execute it. And whenever he is executing, there are certain things which he might pass, certain information which he wants to change. So for example, you have said that I want to create an image only in US West 2, but your team member might be interested in Indian region. Your team member, this didn't work out because the tree command failed. Okay, so your team member might not be interested in Oregon, but he might want North Virginia, or he might want a different region. So how do you write a script so that it basically helps even others to write the stuff? So for now, this script I cannot give it to you because it has my details. First thing is you should eliminate that. And next thing is specific details. For example, region. Okay, it's okay, it's good. We have a region called as US West 2. Let us put that as a default region. If the user wants to change, he can change it. He can use the same file to create the similar image in Mumbai also. So how am I going to do all of that? Right? Are you getting the point? This file is very hard coded. It will do only one thing. It will try to create a basic Ubuntu image, and then it will try to execute some script, right? So he's trying to tell that this didn't found out. Right? It's okay, man. Let us just basically do this. It's okay. Okay. Now it will just install Git. It will not do anything more than that. And in my account itself, even if you execute this, it will try to create a AMI in which account? In my account. So is that a sensible option? No. So then how can I make it more reliable? So the values which I am passing from here, I don't want to pass directly from here, right? The value of secret key, I'm directly hard coding it. I don't want to hard code it. I don't want to hard code it. So for that, what I'll be introducing is I'll be introducing a new section in this file, which is variables. Now let us go back to the file which I've shown over here. Right? I'll basically say that these are the variables. That's it. And in this variables, I will define what are the variables which my file has. So for example, I would tell that I would have a file where I'll have secret key. Okay. And secret key, I'll not give any value. I'll just say that it is empty. I'll say that it is empty. And over here, rather than using the secret key, I will tell that, okay, don't use this stuff, but read this value from a variable. And for to tell that read a value from a variable, we have a special syntax. We have a special syntax, and that syntax is exactly this. Use double quotes, right? And then double curly braces, user, and then you need to tell what is your variables number. And to tell the variables number, you have to use this symbol. And what is my variables name? So this is what we'll start our tomorrow's discussion with. So how can I parameterize my file so that user while calling my file will pass some information, right? The moment I do something like this, I can give this file to you so that whenever you are running this file, you will pass your secret key, you will pass your access key, you run this file, you get the image built in your account, not in my account. Similarly, I have written an image very specific to region. I'll put a variable for my region also. If you don't want to create it in Mumbai, if you don't want to create it in Oregon, you can create it in some other region, right? That's the whole point. So basically, we have to parameterize this file. So don't hard code the stuff. Hard coding means you are doing the same thing again and again, same thing again and again, right? And one more problem which will come is, let us assume that you have created an image from Packer. You are trying to recreate this, it will fail, saying that there is already a image name which is called as image from Packer. So what you can do is, you can either ask the user to pass the new name every time, or you can include timestamp, or you can include saying that I want to include some timestamp over here. So there are some user variables, there are some predefined variables, and there are some environmental variables which we can use in Packer file. And that's what our tomorrow's discussion would start with, right? Once we create an image with a LAMP stack installed in Amazon stuff, we will try to do the same thing in Azure, right? But my major focus is to let you understand these concepts: builder, provisioner, and variables. Very important areas, right?